Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Desert Sky Adventures, and welcome to the very first Allen Street vlog, Unfiltered. Today we are going to talk a little bit about an unfortunate experience we had at a very popular Bisbee motel. We're going to address some rumors scrutinizing a local restaurant. We're also going to walk around town and see what's new since the last one. So as always, you guys are all invited to come along with us. Right now we are in Shufflin Park taking a look. I won't say brand new, it's been here for a few months now, but I think this is the first time we've actually seen it on the channel. But this new fountain that has been installed in the city park looks pretty good. It's working, so that's a plus. But the number one question I've gotten from people since I discontinued the Allen Street vlog is, well, mainly why. And there were a number of reasons why, but the main reason was just, as a content creator, I never want things to get too stale. Or too boring or too repetitive, and I was kind of getting the feeling that's the way it was going. I even had a few commenters say something like, you know, how many times can you show the same street or, you know, the same locations over and over again? So, on top of that, I also wanted in this new year, the fourth year of Desert Sky Adventures, I wanted to show and go and do things that mostly we had not done before. And so obviously, showing things around town here is something that we did quite often. But when I polled the audience, something like 97% of you said that you wanted to see the Allen Street vlog come back. So after taking a couple months off from doing the vlog, we're officially back. Not only that, but with my former work situation, I was kind of in a position where I could not give my own personal opinions or honest takes. But now we are completely fan funded and I can do those things. Like saying that the best pizza in Tombstone is right here at the Hotel Tombstone. Perhaps even the best pizza in the county. It's not even close. But if you haven't tried it yet, I would definitely recommend coming in here and grabbing some pizza. You will not be disappointed. Hotel Tombstone, directly across from the birdcage. So folks, we're over here now in front of the OK Cafe. And I've mentioned on the channel before, this is one of my, actually this is my favorite breakfast spot in town. And I caught wind of some online scrutiny recently where someone had claimed that I guess they're under new management. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's what people are saying online. And there were some accusations of the quality not being as good, the service being pretty bad, saying you had to wait an hour to get his food, and was mischarged and overcharged on whatever it was that he was ordering. And that came as a shock to me because I've never had a bad meal from the OK Cafe. And I hadn't been here in a few months, so I figured let's go and check it out and see for ourselves what it's like. It's approaching 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning, so you would think this would be the busy breakfast time. It does look pretty busy, but we expected that. All right, so busy Sunday morning. We walked through the door at 9:02 and we're seated by 9:05. So only a 3-minute wait on a busy morning. Not too bad at all. Yeah, we've waited longer than that quite a few times to get in here, but so far so good. So they took our order at 9:09 and I'm getting something I always get when I come here, my favorite breakfast item, which is the Doc Holiday Burrito. Still $12.99. It's been $12.99 as long as I can remember. And it's still $12.99. So
My omelet was still $11.99.
Jennifer's getting the veggie omelet. She's over that way. There she is. Something that we both had a number of times. So if it's not as good as it used to be, we're gonna know. But place order at 9:09. Let's see how long it takes for the food to actually come out. All right, so fast forward to 9:39. Took about 30 minutes for the food to come out, but with a place as small being as busy as they are, that's pretty much expected.
Yeah.
But I'm only seeing 2 servers, and they are doing a really good job handling all these people in here. So even though it took a little bit of time for the food, it really wasn't that bad. And here is my Doc Holiday burrito. Looks just like it always has. There's Jennifer's veggie omelet.
My potatoes, and it's full of veggies and cheese. It looks amazing.
Looks like it always has,
Always
correct?
has, yep.
Yeah, all right, perfect. So we're gonna eat this stuff, and we'll let you know what we think about it on the way out. Okay, so it's now about 10:07, 10:10-ish, so we were in there for just over an hour. But overall, I would have to say pretty good. The food was just as good as it always has been. They didn't overcharge us. There was about a half-hour wait, but it was pretty busy, as it usually is. So for only 2 waitstaff, I think they handled it really well. But I would have to say, for as busy as it was, they did a really good job, and I would give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. Heading over towards the OK Corral now. And just a few days ago, on October 26th, was the, 143rd, I want to say, anniversary of the gunfight.
Something like that.
That happened just behind the OK Corral here. And I was seeing some things online. There wasn't a whole lot of fanfare, no real events planned or anything for that day. They do talk about it if you go into the show. But other than that, not a whole lot of fanfare and hoopla over the anniversary of the gunfight, the event that is surely the reason this town is still here today. But maybe that will change at some point in the future. They'll start making a bigger deal out of it. We'll have to wait and see. Over here at the old Tombstone Western Theme Park, rumors are swirling about a new restaurant coming into this location, which is apparently going to be called That's Amore, an Italian restaurant of some kind. And I definitely wish them well. This seems to be a tough spot for restaurants. I remember when we first came here, it was called the Chuck Wagon.
It was the hitching post.
And then it was the Hitching Post, and now it's going to be, I think that was about 2 years ago. And now it's going to be an Italian place. So we'll definitely try it out once it opens up. It's still a little unclear as to when the actual opening is going to be, but we'll be sure to check it out as soon as they open right here at the old Tombstone Western Theme Park. Standing now out in front of the new, I believe it's new, right?
Yeah, it's new.
The Tombstone Mint, which I think the last time we were here they didn't have their signage up yet, but they do now. Looks like they're in full swing. And I thought this was going to be just a straight candy store, but as you can see, they've got quite a bit more than just candy.
That's right, folks. That first gunfight of the day kicks off in less than 30 minutes.
Apparently you can buy silver and gold inside if you'd like to. It's a unique Tombstone souvenir from the Tombstone Mint. Continuing down Allen Street, another new location, the Salvatore Vineyards wine tasting right here in the old Madame Mustache building. Recently opened up. Yeah, it looks really different on the inside. But yeah, new wine tasting place. Here on Allen Street. There still doesn't appear to be much movement over here at the Vogan's Alley Bistro. I heard recently that it was purchased. I don't know if that's true or if it's just rumors, but as you can see on the inside, they've got a ways to go before they can open up anything here. But we'll keep an eye on it, see what happens. Over here on Fremont Street, work continues. The renovations of the Tombstone Motel. You can see they've built this water tower. Looks pretty good. Little accents that they're working on around the property here. And several months back, we got to take a look inside one of the newly refurbished rooms. Looks like it's going to be pretty nice. This place did have a reputation for not being the greatest place to stay, but the new owners are putting a lot of money into it, fixing it up. And it looks like it's going to be pretty sweet when it's finished. So we'll keep an eye on it and let you know how things progress. Over on 4th Street, and look at that, folks. The Tombstone Christmas lamppost is still donning its festive Christmas decorations. Somehow this is the one post that made it all year. Looks like we're going to make it into the Christmas season, still decorated for last year's Christmas events. Most of the posts around town have been decorated with these festive fall bows, but that is not a fall bow. That is definitely a Christmas bow. The Tombstone Christmas lamppost lives on. There has definitely been a shift in the weather from the last vlog that we did several months back when it was still scorching hot. It definitely feels like fall around town now. The clouds are starting to come in there, as you can see. Chance of rain a little bit later today. We'll see if that happens. But today's high, not even 60 degrees, so things have definitely changed around southern Arizona. Also, I've noticed over here on Allen Street, there is now this fence covering up the vacant lot where the Tejas building used to be. And I definitely see why they did this. It was quite an eyesore having a big gaping hole right here on Allen Street. And as I understand it, there are currently no plans to develop anything here. At least not yet, but it definitely looks better with that wall there, or that wooden fence, than it did before. So it's an improvement. This definitely looks better than that. So Halloween, as we film this, was just a couple days ago. And up on the balcony at the Crystal Palace there, they had these animatronic figures. I want to say they probably had about 10 or 15 of them up on this balcony. And it looked cool and all for Halloween. I saw online there were a lot of people who were upset about it for one reason or another. There were a bunch of comments, which I really didn't have time to go through. So I don't really have an opinion on it because I don't know enough about the situation to have an opinion. But those figures have come down and things are pretty much back to normal here in Tombstone. We're now standing out in front of the Tombstone Antique Mall on Fremont Street. And unfortunately, one of my favorite sandwich shops, definitely my favorite sandwich shop in town, which used to be in here, Jane's Cafe and Bakery, is no more. It's been a tough time for restaurants around town, I'm not gonna lie. But there's a new place in here I haven't seen yet. I thought we would check it out.
Still haven't seen anything in there.
Yeah, she's got the tags.
Not yet.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
We just had a pretty big breakfast over at the OK Cafe, so I'm not going to try any of this stuff today, but the pastries and muffins they have here look pretty good. If you've eaten at the new Tombstone Cafe, tell us what you thought about it in the comments below. You must be the new guys.
Yes. So far, so good. Just need a little bit more customers.
Yeah. Do you have a to-go menu or anything like that?
No, I don't have no menus printed at the moment.
No? Okay.
Just this one.
We do have, you have one on your Facebook page, right?
Oh yeah, Facebook. We're on Facebook.
We have one on Facebook.
Okay. And this is Tombstone Cafe?
Correct.
Is that what it's called now? Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Of course, thank you.
And this next one, I'm very sad to report. I had heard many great things about the Shady Dell down in Bisbee. You know that eclectic little trailer park where the trailers stay and the people come and go? Well, it's a unique place to stay in that you can stay in some of these really old trailers and buses. They even have a boat. And I've heard many great things about this place. I'd seen other YouTubers had gone there. It looked really cool. We decided to stay in this 1957 Airfloat trailer here. Get a little look at the inside. I've stayed in some pretty rough places before, but this was the only one I ever abandoned, did not actually stay the night in. Upon first glance, it looks pretty good, but I noticed that there were some crumbs all over this couch over here, what looked like crumbs. And the first thing I noticed was that there were no towels or soap or even paper towels in here, so if you wanted to wash your hands, I guess you gotta wipe them off on your shirt. The beds didn't look very warm. It was going to be about 39 degrees tonight. But this was probably the worst thing. Taking a look under the sink, what you actually see, I know it's a little dark down here, but what you actually see right there is a chewed up corn cob with a nice sprinkling of rat droppings behind it. It was at this point that we pretty much decided we were out of here, but unfortunately this place had a lot of potential. I thought it was going to be a really cool place to stay, but it was pretty dirty on the inside, and that was my biggest complaint with it. You can see here in the carpeting between the two beds there's some more rat droppings, and little white crumbs were all over the place. Don't know what that is. But yeah, very sad to report. Our trip to the Shady Dell was not great. I did actually request a refund, and they said they would give us one, so we'll see if that comes through. I'm not saying I'm not willing to give them another chance, but this place was pretty rough. Based on this trip, I would not recommend it. And finally today, I'd be remiss if I did not mention our short western, What Must Be Done, we filmed back in 2023, has won another award for a total of 8. This time it was the Best Arizona Short from the Wild Bunch Film Festival in Tucson, actually. And that's the largest Western film festival in the world. But it was quite an honor to win 8 awards now for the movie and be nominated for quite a few more. If you're interested, I know a lot of people have been asking me where they can see this film. There are more copies now available. I will put a link to the eBay store in the description for this video. If you'd like to check it out, you can pick one up there. Thank you for supporting Arizona filmmaking. All right, everyone. Well, that's about all we've got to report for this week, but thank you so much for joining us today on the Allen Street Vlog Unfiltered. We hope you'll join us again for the next one. And until next time, until the next video, we'll see you down the road. Oh, it's really cold now.